Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. This evening, we're going into the so-called special advisor to the audio one. And I will continue to call this president with his presidency the audio one. Because until we see him walking around with the people, amongst the people, without any camera, without any long lens, without any of those trick photographies, without any of that, he is just an audio president. It's interesting that you've not been able to. The audio president is in the is in the country, but where is Aisha? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where is the president, the wife's president? Where is she right now? Where? When last did you see her out with the president? Just ask yourself that. When last did you see them out? With all the killings going on, why is it that she's not saying anything next to him? Why? Why? Audio president. There's a lot of clues with what's going on. And very much like others have said, we don't even think he's in charge. He's not in charge. It is the obvious evidence is here. Now let's listen to what Femi Oponu Adesina. And we have to say that. The guy who are telling us about is now coming out saying the issue has been addressed by the president. We need to hear how Femi Oponu Adesina believes that this president has addressed the issue of the headsmen. Killings are going on. There's numbers. I'll give you some numbers. Let me give you some numbers today. Today, somebody quoted something. As of now, 2,539 killed, 161 raped, 782 homes destroyed. This was said by one of the senators. Maybe some conscience. Maybe his conscience got pricked. And I could go on. There are daily killings going on in Yewa right now. People have been killed today, so I've met in many places across the south. People have been killed. Now let's see exactly what Femi Oponu Adesina. Let's see what it says.
Begin the conversation in what may be some of the biggest story in the land as we talk today, and I'd like you to listen to the governor of Benue State, what is said as regarding the issue of security and the way and manner the federal government and the president is approaching things. Take a listen to the governor of Benue State, Samuel Ortom.
When I talk, I was being castigated. I was being vilified.
Exactly.
Nothing bad that was not said against me.
Thank you.
I am this and that. But the reality is here. It is not just happening to Benue State today. It is happening to the entire country. Why is the federal government being silent about this Fulani men?
Thank you. Good question. Now let's see what it says.
Mr. Adesina, how does the president react, or what's the president's reaction to what Mr. Ortom has said? He's asked a specific question. That why is the president or the federal government silent on the killer herders, those who are carrying AK-47?
If the governor will say that he hasn't heard the president speak on that matter, that's what he should make clear. It's not that the president hasn't spoken. Because a number of times the president has spoken on that issue, and his position has always been the same. Anybody, whoever he is, that carries arms unlawfully should be arrested and prosecuted. The president has said it countless times, and that is the position. No matter who he is, wherever he comes from, criminality is criminality. Anybody bearing arms unlawfully must be arrested and prosecuted. That's the position of the president.
Now, when you hear that kind of comment from Femi Oponu Adesina, I'm sorry if I'm saying that, but I'm exasperated that somebody can come up and talk to us in this manner. and actually think we're kids. I would like to think that he's got a bit of brain in that head. But no, the problem we're having here, notice the way he suddenly turns it to criminality. Thousands are dying daily, and you have the audacity and temerity to say it's just criminality. This is an orchestrated plan. In case he missed it, let us play back again what Governor Otom was asking about and was saying. Listen now. Here you go.
Vilified. Nothing bad that was not said against me. I am this and that. But the reality is here. It is not just happening to Benue State today. It is happening to the entire country. Why is the federal government being silent about this Fulani man?
So, now that's the question. Why are they silent? Was the question. And he was very quick to come up with some flimsy excuse. Let's listen to and say, oh, yeah, the president has spoken. It depends on if he's not heard. What has the president said? Have they arrested Miyetti Allah, even though they openly admitted to killings of people, beheadings, everything else? Why is it that are all the herders, they are all allowed to have AK-47s and they've got certificate for it to work in cities, in towns, in villages, in farms? They are allowed to walk around with AK-47s, right? And they've got the license for it. But the farmers who needed to protect themselves, who need guns to protect themselves, they have to go and get license. Can we see the license for each of the Fulani terrorists? Can we see the license? Can we see the license? But that, you won't hear Femi Oponu Adesina talk about that. No. He's prepared to bend over backward as a humble slave, as Maigun would call him, as a humble slave, to do the bidding of those who are oppressing his own people. Femi Adesina is a Yoruba man. And by now, you'd have expected him to come out speaking up against this injustice. Resign even if he have to. Because the injustice it's not, we cannot tolerate it anymore in the South. We, the Yorubas, whether Femi Oponu Adesina joins or not, and the Igbos, we're going. We're going away from this contraption. And it's not by force that we have to be in that contraption. We're going. Please, at this point, if you haven't signed all the petitions, please make sure you sign it. Let's listen to what more he has to say. Petition for the force majeure. It's due to be ready. We have to sign it by the 16th of March. If you haven't signed it, please sign it. I'll include it into this broadcast as well, so that you can actually sign it as well. Let's carry on. Let's see what it says now. So now let's go.
Reacted to it. The manner in which the president had reacted to that matter at the time brought some suspicion. And so perhaps that's one of the reasons why he's speaking about this. And particularly because when fingers are pointed, especially to a particular ethnic stock where the president is also from, don't you think that there needs to be some very critical or categorical statement coming from the president that there is no endorsement of any sort of some of these bad behaviors?
Let's hear.
Every statement from the president is categorical. Anything the president says is categorical. So you don't need to ask for any categorical statement.
So where's the evidence? Where is the evidence? Where is the demonstration of the categorical? Because we haven't seen it.
Again, and many times he has spoken about this. Remember that some few days before the Ondo saga, there had been the Sokoto one, in which some people gave ultimatum to Bishop Azam Kuka of the Catholic Diocese to leave town. The presidency was against it. Would we say the president spoke because Bishop Kuka was also Fulani? Not at all. Not at all. The president is the president of the whole country. And peace has...
No, he said he's the president. He himself said he's focused on the people who voted for him. You remember the video where it was being asked, interviewed at the UN, and when they asked him a question about when he just became the president in 2015, and he said, well, my focus are the people who voted for me.
Security of...
Yeah, okay. Let's just hear.
Of the country devolves on him, and he must do everything fairly and impartially at all times.
This is the most partial presidency and president we have ever known. The audio one, certainly. And even though, I mean, like I said, he said he will only consider on those who voted for him. You know, so I mean, that is just all talk. Again, Femi, Oponu, Adesina is talking nonsense. I'm sorry. I just feel, you know, so many of us, you're not. It's a shame. He's not a true Yoruba man with the way he talks, and is willing to be a mouthpiece for something for this monumental failure of governance. You know, same goes with Pastor Ruga. You know, let's just it's anyway. Let's carry on. I'm not happy. I'm really, a lot of people are dying today that are being killed under this governance. And they're not taking any responsibility. They're not doing anything to halt the killings. Is there a way? No, I'll play that. I'll have to do that later. But there's a video which I will share later on of a senator saying really damning things about this failure of governance. But let's listen to Femi. Here we go.
When the governor of Kano State, Abdullahi Ganduje, visited the president, some of the leaders of the APC in Daura, he made a very categorical statement. He's a Fulani man as well. And he said that one of the solutions to this problem is to stop the movement of cattle or herders moving from the southern region of the country to the northern region of the country. There seems not to be a reaction of the federal government in this direction when there seems to be a major problem. But a governor of the APC, the ruling party, is giving an idea on how to resolve it, but there is no response there is no backing from the president. How do you think Nigerians will react to it, Mr. Adesina?
Number one, I've said it before in an earlier video. All of that from Gandola is just a ruse. Don't buy it. It's just, oh, look, we support you in the South. You don't have to be moving cows back and forth. No, we want you to keep, leave it. You don't have to have the cows in the South. It's all talk. Their actions do not match their words. Their words are one thing, their actions are different. So they're telling us to don't do that, but they are supporting the enforcing to ensure that the cattle are in the South, because that is the only way they can gain territory. So don't buy that lie. I will say that now. Let's go on.
No. When you have knotty issues like this, many ideas will be proffered. Many solutions will be canvassed. The president does not have to speak on each and every one of them. It does not have to. It was just an idea being proffered. It should be looked into. And if it is a consensus, then it should be adopted. But it's not that one idea comes and the president speaks on it. Another idea comes and the president speaks on it. Such must be a very talkative president.
No, but in this matter, Mr. Adesina, it has to do with life and death.
Exactly.
Because people's lives are being affected, impacted. People are being maimed and killed. People are being kidnapped right in their homes. People are deserting their own homes. People are no longer safe in their own farmsteads, in their own homes. These are not just any other kind of issue. These are specific issues that has to do with security of lives of citizens of this country. And when people are saying that there is a major concern and there is a governor who is giving an idea on which way to go, and so would you describe this as just any other issue, Mr. Adesina?
Now you have dwelt on the problems. Now, extensively, which I think is the problem in Nigeria. And even with the media, of which I'm part, we keep dwelling on the problem and pay little, scant attention to solutions. On this program, I watched it when you devoted the whole program to that idea from Governor Ganduje. So ideas will need to be discussed back and forth and critically assessed. It's not that when an idea comes, immediately you take it and you say, this is the solution. It never happens that way in a country. You must discuss things back and forth till you arrive at what you can call a consensus, something that will be generally acceptable. There was a time that the country seemed to have agreed that ranching was the solution to this problem. And when the federal government embraced it, some states began to say, no, we don't have land. We will not give our land for ranches. And before then, it had been generally agreed that ranching will be the solution. In fact, in most parts of the world, cattle are kept in ranches. But Nigeria is a peculiar country.
No, we're not. We're not a peculiar country. We're a country where the government decides to bring in Fulani herdsmen, terrorists, to clear the land from the hands of Southerners so that they can take it over, resources and everything else, minus the people, and enslave the remaining people in their own land. We say no. We say no. And the fact that you cannot see that is quite, that's up to you to do. We are going for Duduwa Nation. We are going for Biafra Nation. Whatever you do, Femi Adesina, that's up to you. When we have our nation, the likes of you will not be relevant in the discussions because we don't trust you. The things that you said with your own mouth, supporting this, the killing of your own people, speaks volumes about how your low self-esteem, your very, very low self-esteem of what it means to be a Yoruba person. You should be speaking up for Yoruba people. You should be ensuring that speaking up for equity. There is no equity in this governance. Oppression, suppression, and outright corruption is what is in this governance. Let's carry on.
When the federal government has no land, for instance, and if they say we don't have land for ranches, then another solution has to be found. So we need to discuss this thing and appraise them critically until we get to what we can call the solution. But it's good that it's been discussed, and gradually I think we'll get there.
All right. We are due for a break, but just in a few seconds before we go, so let us know, Mr. Adesina, what is President Buhari's position in terms of the way forward as we speak, as of now, to resolving the issue? Not only the fact that, let's stop this and let's stop, it's the fact that people are being killed. What is President Buhari's position now?
His position has always been that anybody that bears arms unlawfully should be arrested and tried.
So why hasn't he arrested Fulani herdsmen, just like Governor Oponu accused him of? He hasn't arrested them. They are walking around in Abuja right now. They are walking around all over the country. When they are arrested, when Fulani herdsmen, get this right, Femi Oponu Adesina, get this right. When Fulani herdsmen, when they kill all over the south, when people catch them, when they apprehend them, they take them to the police station. As soon as they get into the police station, Femi Oponu Adesina, hear well, as soon as they get in that police station, they are freed. So what are you talking about? Please, what are you talking about? Femi Oponu Adesina, what are you talking about? Everywhere, Fulani man can kill with impunity. Not can. They kill with impunity. Yesterday, I was in a video where an elderly man in his 70s was talking about Fulani herdsmen chopping off the heads of farmers in their farms, raping 75-year-old women. And you have the guts as a Yoruba man to stand in front of me and support this governance and say that anybody who's involved in criminal, there's criminality going on every day. The Fulani are carrying out criminal actions every day. Your government, Femi Oponu Adesina, your government, they force, they support, they tell the army to actually bring in Fulani herdsmen and their family into Yoruba towns. Tell them, let them come and graze in your place. As soon as they move in, the Fulani herdsmen now instruct the army to beat up the people who are hosting them to allow them to even graze. The same people, when they now kill, when the Fulani herdsmen that they fought on the villages and the towns in the south, when they kill the hosts, the Yorubas, when they kill them in their farms, they rape their women. When we managed to arrest them, the old man was saying, nothing ever gets done. They don't get, when you arrest them and hand it to the police, they are let go. So what are you talking about? So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're talking nonsense. There are videos. Go and look at Citizen AY videos. I was in a video with Simon Ekpa, and we broke down one or two a particular video where a man, he was on Tribune. He was talking in Yoruba and I was translating. And he talked about how Fulani men, when after having chased a farmer from his farm with their knives, when they catch him, they lay him down on the floor and they cut his neck like a cow. And you're telling me this? And you have the God, Femi Adesina, to be saying this? Have you no conscience? Have you no conscience, Femi Oponu Adesina? Have you no conscience? Have you no conscience? Doesn't it hurt you that your Yoruba people are being killed in their own land? And you have the guts to come out and be saying this? Femi Oponu Adesina. Yes, you. You. Michael Oponu, Femi Oponu Adesina. You need to explain to us. People are being killed every day. You are a Yoruba man. It's happening in Yoruba land. What have you got to say about that? Put aside the audio president. We know he's not the one speaking. Put aside him. What do you have to say about that? What do you have to say? I don't know if I'm even going to play any more of what you're saying now. I'm going to stop it here. Because whatever else this guy was going to say is of irrelevance. It is of little irrelevance to what is going on. You're just here to defend the indefensible. You are here defending the indefensible. This government is not fair. It is a Fulanized government. And one more thing I will add to this thing. Did you know, are you aware of the Abuja Declaration? The Abuja Declaration states that they are going to make Nigeria a sultanate. Okay? Abuja 1989 Declaration with the alternative declaration states, you know what? Let me educate you. Those of you who are talking, I'm bringing this in now. I'm going to just educate. I want to just educate this Femi Oponu Adesina, who's telling us about the fair government. There is nothing fair about this governance. There is nothing. There's zero fair about this governance. Now let me just go here and I'll show you what I mean. And hopefully I will bring it up above my head. You will see it above my head. Abuja Declaration. Let me just see. I want to just show you what I mean. This is sickening. It is absolutely sickening. So here you go. Now, not that one. Sorry, it's the other one. Sometimes it just does that. This one. Sorry, don't know what. Give me a minute. I'll get it out. This one is the one, I think. Okay, 1 second, please. I'm just going to find it for you. Content is what I'm looking for. Beg your pardon. Sometimes when you're looking for something, it suddenly just goes. It suddenly goes. You suddenly can't find it. It's like, what's going on? Okay, 1 minute, please. I will find it for you. I know I have it somewhere. So, 1 minute, please. I will find it. I'm just gonna get to it now. Give me a minute. Ah, got it. 1 second. Yeah, I know where it is now, I think. Just give me a minute. It will take a while, but just give me a minute. I will find out for you. I'm not going to play any more of this discussion because there's nothing that he says that we can trust. His word has no, you cannot, it's not a word. His word is not his bond. As simple as that. Now, where is it? Sorry, beg your pardon. I'm just going to get that out now for you. I know it's taking a while. Just give me a minute. I'm just going to get this to you. I will get it out. It just takes a while. So with anything they say, they don't tell you about these things. And that's why we bring this information to you. That's why we bring this information to you. So there we go. Now, you see it come up in a minute. Now, okay, so now, good. Now I've got it here. I did tell you I'll get it. It does take some time sometimes, but these things, you just have to just give it time. So I want to ask him a further question as a sitting special advisor. Yeah, you know, since he likes to just tell us alternative facts, let him come and deal with this one. So alternative facts, Mr. Man. Let's educate him. I want no. A second. No. Okay. 1 minute. This one. Okay. That one. Don't want that. I just want to just show you what I'm in there. So now I'm gonna go here. Right. Okay. Above my head, you will see. I'm sorry if I'm a bit direct with what I've said before, but it needs to be said. Now, the 1999, the alternative declaration, you can see it says here, alternative declaration. You can see that? Now let's go and highlight something. It says here. It says Nigeria should become a federal Islamic sultanate. Let's go back here. And Western laws should be replaced with Sharia. So only Muslims should be appointed to strategic posts. Non-Muslim religions should be eradicated. Nigeria should become a federal Islamic sultanate. And Western law should be replaced with Sharia. Now, what does Femi have to say about this? What does Femi have to say about this? What does he have to say? What does Femi have to say about this? It'll be interesting to see what he has to say. But you can see that I'm trying to just make it out. So you can see it says there. One more time, I'll read it. And those of you who are close to him, that only Muslims should be appointed to strategic posts. Non-Muslim religions should be eradicated. Nigeria should become a federal Islamic sultanate, and Western law should be replaced with Sharia. So tell me which part of that is impartial based on your governance right now. And this is something that is well aware of. Now let's just do a little search of something here. I'm going to come off there. I want to hold that off for a second. I want to do something here. So let's go. Buhari became a military president. I want to see, I'm going to just tie this in. So if he says he doesn't know, a military president where I'm just trying to president when right. So from 83 to 85, he was a president. In all of this, I am sure that he must have been aware of the. You never know. They are never aware anyway, but it doesn't really matter. But I've showed you. So whatever. The point is, whatever Femi Oponu Adesina says, we cannot trust him. And I would not ordinarily, I would not be using strong words with Oponu as a name, for somebody. But because they lie, and we are yet to see, he needs to explain to us how those people who have been killed, how he sees it as it's okay to just basically not even who are his fellow Yoruba people, to not even acknowledge it by supporting the horrors of the audio president's governance has brought on Yoruba people and Igbo people. That's why I vehemently am opposed to Femi Oponu Adesina and the entire governance. That's why we are going for Oduduwa Nation. We need to end this contraption called Nigeria. It's a disaster. It's a noose around our necks. And this man, every time he opens his mouth, this Femi Adesina, he doesn't speak truth to power. He actually does everything to hide truth from everybody. So I'm not going to listen to it anymore. It just makes you really, really angry, and there's no point. But anyway, I hope you found this beneficial. Like I said, if they're saying that the Buhari is impartial and he's not addressed any issue, the killings are going on every day. That's the problem. And that is why we're going for the Oduduwa Nation and Biafra Nation and Middle Belt. Despite what Femi Oponu Adesina says, the country is unraveling fast. Listen, I thank you all for watching. You've been watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please do share and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, and of course on Facebook. Like the page. Let's get to 100,000 followers on Citizen AY. 45,000 likes currently. Let's get out. One more thing before I go. I have a product which I'm using, AG Sarah. It's something I use to help me with my chronic pain. It's a fruit-based product. Like I said, it's got white peach, mixed berries, blackberry, raspberry, blueberry, elderberry, pomegranate, phytosemide, ceramoside, sakura extract, olive fruit, white olive, gymnema, and curcumin. And that's what you find in that product. And there's a sachet. It looks like this. And I take one a day, and I drink warm water. And what I find is that this way. Sorry. You see it there, AG7. So I take one a day. I would basically take the strip of this. I put it under my tongue, and I drink warm water. The maximum you can drink is 2 a day. And it's supposed to help with all kinds of ailments. Myself, I can only go by my own experience. I've found it to be beneficial thus far. I've been using it for quite a few months now. Think about the end of November time, I think. So, and it's helping. And I'm thinking it might be of benefit. If you're interested in it, get in touch, let us know, and we can talk to you about it and how we can go about it. It comes from Malaysia, and you can see the packaging up there. Those are what I'm looking at, what I'm holding are the fruits. You can see all the fruits that are in it. So what we want to do is, if you're interested, let us know. Please donate to Yoruba Rescue Fund. It is time to build a great Yoruba nation.